see us. I'm ready to answer your questions. I'm sure you have them. And I want to just personally thank you, first of all, for welcoming me home. I feel so wonderful to be back. And I had some wonderful Esco Beach fish right now that made me feel right at home.
So we're ready to take questions. We have microphones. So if you have a question, just come to the microphone, say who you are, and who you're directing your question to.
You're working with teenage pregnant mothers, pregnant women. I want to know what inspired that platform.
Yes, so it's interesting that in my own family history, I'm the descendant of 2 women that had children during their teenage years. And I've seen them stress the importance of education to their children, who then have, they're sitting right in front of you, and they have instilled in me the importance of creating opportunities, right, and grasping them really and taking them for what they were when it comes to education, when it comes to music. And I'm grateful for that, but I realize that there are so many awesome women in that, and all over Jamaica and all over the world that have the same capabilities I have, and they don't have the opportunities. And they might not have the parents that I've had that are so willing or so able to make those capabilities into opportunities. So here I am now trying to make sure that I become, if I can, the difference for these women.
1, what are your plans for your home parish, St. Thomas?
Yes.
And 2, in this world, many of the problems that we have is because of a lack of respect for one another, and I want to know your definition of respect.
Right, okay, let's start with the first question. Please repeat it.
What are your plans for your home
Yes,
parish?
for St. Thomas. Well, the first thing is that a lot of work needs to be done, even in our roads and in the Women's Center especially, because that's a project that's near and dear to my heart. But it's about bringing the attention there. That's really all that matters. There are lots of people all over the world that have the means to help, that want to help, but they don't necessarily know that we need it. And that's what's so beautiful about this world, is that it allows people like me from wherever we're from to say, hello, hi, this is where we need the help. And we have the whole world watching and the whole world ready to pour into our communities. So I'm hoping to do that in mind. Yes. And then the second question was my definition
Of respect.
Of respect. Yes, it's interesting because I think I learned the different aspects of respect during this pageant. I'm surrounded by 110 amazing women, right? And yes, to some people it's a competition, but for most of us we realize that we're here for so much, for such a higher cause that we need to compete. We're advocating for something in our countries. And I gained a new respect and a new understanding and a new patience and kindness for, especially Miss India, because I got to hear what it was like for her growing up. She grew up in a community where women can't even show their faces. You have to be veiled. And so this platform has allowed her to be heard in a way her mother has never been heard. And I realized that in the world, people don't have the patience and the kindness to pause and to learn about each other. But just that one little tidbit made the entire experience for me, because I understood how much more patience is necessary, how much more kindness is necessary in the world. And I think that's what respect is, understanding that we all need it, and that we're all really trying to make the best out of this thing we call life. And if we're able to understand that about each other, then I think that we can find it not so hard to be respectful, caring, and understanding. Hello. It has been only a week, and in that time I have met some of the most amazing people you could possibly imagine. The kind of professionals that are willing to donate their time and their efforts for the same things we care about, which is our communities and for the world. And so, I had a wonderful time on stage. I never thought I would get to sing on the Miss World stage. I never thought any of this would happen, but I'm so grateful. And I got a wonderful experience of singing I Have Nothing on the Miss World stage. And we talked about it and we thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to record it? So this week, very quickly, I can't even tell you, very, very quickly, we went to the best studios in the world, Abbey Road. It's the first recording studio in the world. Can you imagine? Me. And we recorded I Have Nothing, and we want to give it back as a gift So we're giving it to beauty with a purpose. And we're every penny that is made from this recording, everything that is donated, even the smallest amount makes such a difference. As somebody that knows personally, it did not take a lot to allow me to make my capabilities into my opportunities. And if we can do that all over the world, can you imagine the children? Can you imagine the women? Yes. So we are not charging to release it. It's going to be up and out on YouTube. We're just asking that if you could open your hearts and donate anything at all. The money, the proceeds, every single penny will go to all the projects all across the world, in all of my sisters and their Beauty with a Purpose projects as well. And I believe that this is something that will last for a very long time. So I hope that you will support. I pray that you will support. I'm so grateful already for all your love. I'm so excited to share this moment with all of you. Yes, are you ready? I'm so excited. Hearing myself sing, but I suppose that's everyone. But I'm so happy to share this moment with all of you. Like I said, please go out there. Please donate. Every single penny goes towards the same children you're looking at right now. And we try to make sure that the first time it's ever released, the first people to ever hear it or ever see it are in this room. We're home first.
Congratulations, males, especially on topics of domestic violence.
Yes, you know, it's very important. There's a reason that I work with women, and especially right now, pregnant women, because they are going to give life to the women and the men that are going to be the future of our country. And we want to make sure that they're raised in a mindset that these things are not okay. But that doesn't mean that I discount the men of the world at all. The truth is, there's a charge on every person's life to be respectful, to be caring, to be understanding of the person next to them, to everyone else that they meet. Now, sometimes it's difficult as women because we have to face a lot and we don't necessarily know what it's like to be a man. You know, so sometimes we're more forceful about it, but it's not because we don't care. Right? I understand that men need protection just as well as women do, that men also need safe spaces, that they also need educational opportunities, and they also need the chance to make their capabilities into opportunities. And I would like to say to all my young men that I need you as well. I need you out here to help me change the world. So it's up to you to push and fight and get out here with me and to pay attention to what the world needs. It's up to all of us. It really is. And I'm excited to see all of you out there in the field working with me. I intend to get down to the nitty-gritty, get my sleeves up and get to work.
Okay.
Raised by parents that poured everything into me. I never really had to face any type of anger or anything like that with my family. And I would like to say that it's the same thing, it's the same concept. Really, the world can be changed with this idea of understanding and respecting each other. And I've seen that from my parents, I've seen that from all of my family members, and it has honestly helped to pour into the way I react to other people. You know, I didn't necessarily have to have both of my parents be together to still have a strong family unit, and so I can say it's possible. It's very possible.
Okay, thank you.
Jamaica to the world is a happy and a vibrant place, I can honestly say. When I got to London and I got to spend time with all these people from all across the world, when you said Jamaica, they just knew without you having to say very much else, and their faces lit up. So I'm grateful that, you know, every country has its ups and downs, but I'm grateful that my country still, to the world, you know, has this presence of joy and love and warmth and happiness and caramel in my life, man. You know, I love that.
Some discussion.
Yes.
About your journey to Miss World and the role of the local franchise holders and so on. Can you just share your thoughts as it relates to your preparation for Miss World and, you know, your thoughts on the local franchise?
We are the franchise holder for 40 years, and he is amazing. I have absolutely no problem with him. He's a wonderful man. I intend 100% to work with him. If there is any issues, which often happens around the world, so it's not a problem. I think that's something we'd rather discuss with them, with respect, and not you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, no problem. It's about Jamaica hosting Miss World 70.
To be honest with you, if I could come to Jamaica, I'd say yes tomorrow. I'd cancel everybody else. That's the truth. But you know, it is costly, and the government have to look at the costs and weigh it up against what the needs are here. Although I would say, in defense of Miss World for the Jamaican people, China asked us to come to China and help them promote a place called Sangha. It was Hainan Island. No visitors, absolutely empty. One small hotel, one being built that was called Charitable. We stayed in that. Having put the show on there, the next year we put it on because they wanted us to stay, and the next year and the next year. But let me tell you, the tourism went zooming up. Not because they had anything more special than you did. You've got beautiful beaches. You've got surroundings that everyone would love. But you know, you need to let people know the door is open. Sometimes you get negative press. You get a few people playing up, and therefore they think, oh, don't go there, it's dangerous. It isn't dangerous. It's ready. It needs tourism. You were talking earlier about helping mothers and babies. People need work. And that's the truth. And let's face it, it's the truth. They need work. They need more hotels. They need tourism. Because you need tourism. And we all need tourism. So if we can show the good side, which is the majority of places and people here, we can do it. But at the same time, you would go mad with your government if they paid us to do it. The reason I have to pay is because it costs me a lot of money to get everybody here. Funnily enough, I'm not good with money, and usually I don't get paid. But anyway, that's my problem. But yeah, it does cost money, and you have to prepare to put that in. But to put it in, you get so much out of it, because we spend a month showing everyone what Jamaica's about, what the people are about, what Blue Mountain is about, what your Rias is about, what your food is like. You know, when you look at what you eat on the mountainside, you can go up the hill. You can eat anything you like from a stall that's tasty. So, you know, it's up to you, but you've got to see if you can afford to do it.
Let's hope one day we can do it here. We have explored it in the past, right, Mrs. Molly? We have explored it in the past.
We have, that's why I know the answer.
And for Jamaica, nothing is impossible. You just have to work at it.